conversation.
It's creating conversation. We got John Push Gaines here. You want to thank you for coming out today.
Yeah,
Appreciate that. Take me back. Where you from? Let us know your type of background, how you came up.
Man, so I'm from Tacoma. I love Tacoma. I grew up on the hilltop, which is close to here, 8th and Cushman.
Okay.
Born and raised, man, St. Joe's Hospital. So I've been around Tacoma.
Yeah.
I'm from Tacoma. Yeah.
Okay. What school did you go to?
I went to Bryant Elementary.
Yeah.
And then when I was about 13 years old, my brother got full custody of me, and he bought a house in Northeast Tacoma. And I went to Meeker, and then got a scholarship to Bellarmine.
Oh, okay. Talk about that. How'd you get a scholarship?
A lot of people think Bellarmine gives scholarships to athletes, but it was more so I didn't have any money.
Yeah.
And so, my brother, when he got custody of me, he was still in college. So he was working 2 years, and so they were trying to get a lot of minorities in there. And my nephew, Vaughn Gaines, decided to go there. And then, my brother talked to his parents, and so we both decided to go there. And we kind of started something, for a lot of the African Americans, a lot of the minorities coming from Tacoma. We inspired them, to want to go there, like the Abduls and the Averys and the Darnells.
So what year did you graduate?
I graduated 2006.
Okay.
From Bellarmine.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, so you was in there when they was, what was that, freshman, sophomore, something like that, when you were there?
Yep.
Okay.
It was the first time, my senior year, it was the first time in the history of Bellarmine that we ended up starting 5 African Americans.
Oh.
It was me, Vaughn, Jordan Paulson, Avery, and Abdul. They didn't start Avery and Abdul until the end of the season.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, but that's when Federal Way was ranked #1 in the state. And we ended up beating them to get to the Tacoma Dome.
Some history there. Let's talk about the movement. What does push mean?
Push, man. I was thinking about just push today and how it started. It really started with a text message. And so I was close with Avery, Abdul, and then a couple of my other guys.
Yeah.
I would literally text them every single day. I had a mentor talk about push. He was like, man, push, pray until something happens. I looked at him and, he was mentoring me. I said, man, one day I'm going to use that and inspire this nation, man. And so I started with just some of my guys. Every single day, I would text them something inspirational.
Yeah.
Something to get them through the day. Some days it was Bible scripture. Some days it was just something I thought of. I had no idea that I would be speaking on behalf of Push. And at the end of the text message, I would say, keep pushing. And then I graduated from college, ended up moving home, and one of my boys pulled me to the side and was like, man, you should do something with Push. He's like, what do you want to do? I said, man, I want to help people. I want to take some action and help people, especially in Tacoma, man. So many people hurting. We have a lot of people, especially in our generation, we have a lot of people that talk about change, but not a lot of people stepping up.
No action.
And so I said, I want to actually do something about it. He said, man, you can do something with Push. So he was like, man, make Push bands. Just get the word out there.
Yeah, and that's honestly the first time I heard or even knew who you were. It was because everybody had the push bands or advertising the push band. I was like, man, my brother came home with a push band. I was like, where my push band at?
Yeah.
But nah, that's really how I heard about it. So that was the first wave of push.
Yep,
okay.
That was the start.
And
I just ordered. This was the original push band, man. I wear it every day, man, for the last 3 years. So it really just started with this.
3 years ago.
Yep.
Okay.
Handing them out, giving them out, selling them, and then giving a percentage back to the community. So with that, we started a basketball team, girls basketball team.
Okay.
Yeah.
You were the coach?
I wouldn't know. No way. I'm a football guy.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
I just played.
Okay.
I was that football guy in the basketball court.
Oh, okay.
But my brother, he played at Seattle U. He's the basketball coach.
Okay.
Yep.
So it's you and your brother that are basically the ones that are behind the push brand, and then people that you've had?
It's actually, you know, he had an idea of starting a basketball team, and we were trying to find out who we could give back to.
Yeah.
And so in the Pacific Northwest, we have some of the highest sex trafficking in America. A lot of people don't know that.
I didn't.
And a lot of the girls being sex trafficked are under the age of 18. And so that's right here on Pack Highway, CTAP.
Yeah.
And so my brother, he has all those stats. He knows all that. And so I said, you know what? There's a lot of people helping young males. I want to help young females somehow. And so he started an AAU team for young girls to help get them off the streets. And so that's who we get.
So that was in that area, Federal Way, or was...
It's in Tacoma.
Okay.
But you know what I mean? So I mean from Tacoma, Seattle.
That's a dope idea though, man. Because like you're saying, a lot of people don't know that. I'm one of those people. You know,
Yeah.
I didn't know that. So to be able to hear things like that, and like, wow, that's in America. You know what I'm saying? It's like, well, we need to take action.
Exactly.
We need to take that action and just stop. Now that we know, once we know something, it's not smart if we just know and we talk about it.
Exactly.
Thank you for coming on, creating conversation. You know what I'm saying? We just really want to know the real you, because everybody knows who Abdul Gaddy is. Like from where we're from, you know what I'm saying? Everybody in UW, everybody, you've had a solid career, an excellent career actually. It's summer 2015. What you listening to?
Music, I mean, I'm an R&B guy. I'm light skinned, so I be probably trying to sing in the shower and stuff, so I'm an R&B guy.
It's trending right now.
I can listen to anything on R&B from like Chris Brown all the way to like old school music like Marvin Gaye or something like that. It don't even matter.
Yeah.
I mean,
but it's usually slow.
Rap music, you know what I mean, depends, you know what I mean, all my boys, it don't really matter. I'm kind of versatile when it comes to music.
Yeah, but you solo, you gonna be listening to some R&B
music. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll listen to it before the game.
That's all I was about to say. Is that your pregame music?
Before the game, I'll listen to R&B music. Like, man,
okay. What's something that people will be shocked to hear? Like, oh, Abdul likes this.
I'm pretty spontaneous when it comes to stuff. Like, I like hanging out with my boys, so I'm pretty chill a lot. Yeah. But I mean, I can go do anything.
You said spontaneous. What's the have you ever or has someone ever like pushed you to do something real spontaneous that you thought you would never do?
Plenty of times. Plenty of times, honestly. But
name one.
I mean, one is I can't swim.
I
never learned how to swim, bro.
I think I learned a little bit in ninth grade.
I can't do nothing in the water.
Hold on, my nigga. Like
I can't even doggy paddle or nothing. I can't do none of that.
That's the only thing I can't do. But I could stride some. I could like if you wanna. You can't do it. You can't do one
arms.
There. Oh, you can get in there and like
legs,
under.
Legs. I'm like all like I'm trying to do whatever, and it's messing me up.
So what happened swimming?
Man, my girl was trying to teach me how to swim, and it just wasn't happening. Like she was like, can you kick? Like, all right, I'll try. Couldn't do nothing.
Hold on, this happened at like a beach or a pool? This is a pool?
This is at a pool. She was trying to teach me how to swim. Like, I'm like, all right, dead serious. Like, teach me how to swim. Couldn't kick. She was like, all right, float. Literally, she almost made me drown. I got
hey.
She had me. She was holding me, and she was like, you gotta. And I'm like, do not let me go.
Yeah.
And then she let me go. You know what I mean? I don't got no body fat. You know, I'm
skinny.
Sink straight to the bottom. I'm thinking like, I'm about to die. I'm gasping. I was mad for the rest of the day though. If you comfortable in your skin, you good.
You good, exactly. That's one thing that we kind of want to get at too. Like, everybody isn't gonna be you.
Yeah.
You know, at the end of the day, you've laid the groundwork for a lot of people to follow in the footsteps of and create something beautiful for sure.
Yeah.
But everybody can't be you. Yeah. So we want to get that across to anybody that has a different vision or a different thing that they want to step into, they can feel confident in that, you know what I'm saying, but still not feel like, oh, I have to be this. We want people to see that there's different avenues to all different lives. And I feel like you're a person that knows that, you know what I'm saying, that has grasped that, and you can let other people know, like, it's okay to be an engineer. It's okay to be this. It's okay to be in this profession, you know what I'm saying, because everybody will really like, I want to be you, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I feel like it's just cool to see somebody have that grasp on life, you know what I'm saying, to where it's like, everybody can't be. You can't be the next. But
I feel you in every aspect, bro. Like, me, I play ball. Like, I'm pretty blessed to be able to do it for a living and make money doing it. And this has been my dream all my life. But, like, I was having a conversation with my boys the other day, and I'm pretty, you know what I mean? Like, I love my city. Like, I'm pretty cool with everybody here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think everybody has a different gift about them. You know what I mean? Like, I just happen to be able to play basketball. You know what I mean? I know everybody thinks it's cool because it's on TV and you get to watch me play and do this and that. But, you know, even like, say, for instance, like my boy Darnell, like, I think he has a gift. Like, he has a way with people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That nobody has.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? I tell him that all the time. Like, every time we go to a different city, and I'm like, bro, like, you know what I mean? I'm cool with a lot of NBA players, from John Wall, this and that.
Yeah.
I'll bring my boy Darnell, he'll meet them, and they'll be like, man, where's Darnell at? Man, we love him. Like, he just has a way with people. Like,
exactly.
That's a gift.
Exactly.
That's a gift. Like,
exactly.
Just stuff like that is important. It's not about, oh, you can't play in the NFL or the NBA. You can do anything. Like, being an engineer, be the best engineer. You know what I mean? Or, you know what I mean? If you're on TV, be the best TV broadcaster. Yeah. You know what I mean? Be the best video guy. Yeah. You can do anything, man.
Exactly.
Like, and, you know what I mean? Like you said, being you, like, I'm always gonna be me. Yeah. Can't nobody be me.
Can't nobody. How big is speaking a part of your life right now?
Oh man, I would say not necessarily speaking, but empowering people. Okay. And so everything I do in my life, you know, sometimes people say, John, why are you pursuing more education? Or why are you doing the things you do? Basically, bro, there's got to be someone, I know there's someone that's looking up to me that will be empowered, that word empowered, to give someone the power so that they can chase their dream. Yeah. And so speaking just happens to be a portion of my life. I want to live a life of inspiration, and I want to inspire Tacoma, inspire this nation. And speaking just happens to be one
part
of the ways.
that.
Yeah, no, I never imagined or thought that I would speak. I used to be so scared of, you know, public speaking.
Really?
As a kid, bro, I couldn't read, could barely speak.
Like elementary, you took
in elementary, bro. I was in
lab program.
Classes.
For real? That's crazy.
You know,
early.
Yeah.
And now you're doing what you're doing.
Exactly.
How did you overcome those small obstacles to get to be able to be such a profound speaker like you are now?
Yeah, you know, man, I live by, if you can change your mind, I believe you can change your circumstance. If you can change your mind, you can change your circumstance. So regardless of what obstacle, what adversity, what circumstance is in the way, I believe our mind is our most powerful muscle. Yeah, our most powerful thing that we have in our bodies. Yeah. And if I could just change my mind, I know that regardless of whatever obstacle I face, I'll be able to overcome it. Whatever adversity, whatever circumstance. If I tell myself I can, I will. And so that, you know, that's basically what I started to do, faced with all the adversity that I was faced, all the obstacles that I faced as a child. I learned, being, especially on the hilltop, man, in the early 90s, it had some of the highest growing crime rates in America. And a lot of cats didn't understand or didn't know how to change their mind. So they got sucked into that. Exactly. But guys like yourself, guys like the guys in here on creating conversations, learn how to change their mind. Yeah. and therefore they change their circumstance.
That's crazy that you say that, man. Really, what we really believe in is, and what we really want to get to our audience and anybody who ever comes in contact with the show is, it's all about here. It's all up here in your mindset.
I believe, man, once you find your place, you find your purpose. I'm a Jesus guy. I read the Bible, and in the Bible, man, everyone who lived their dream or reached some success, it always started with a place. They always identified where they were going first, and then they found their purpose.
Yeah.
And I realized for me, man, my place is Tacoma, and so I came back here, and that's when I really found my passion for what I wanted to do in life. And it wasn't law school.
You feel you learned from being in different places and was able to bring something back to Tacoma?
Oh, definitely, man. You know, a lot of people in Tacoma, they all want to get out, but it's the people who've never left really.
Yeah.
You know, for me, leaving Tacoma, I realized how much I wanted to come back, and it took for me. I went to California, went to Oklahoma, and then finally when I went to DC, I'm trying to hop to all these different places.
Yeah.
And never really was passionate about it until I came back to Tacoma, man. I learned so much being away, all the passion and inspiration that I saw in those other cities. I want to bring that here. A lot of people, which is a great mentality, they want to be something instead of do something. But you have to understand, if you do something, especially in unity, you will eventually be something.
Yeah.
Like, I want to be somebody. I want to be somebody. Well, to be somebody, you have to do something.
Yeah.
And you create more change. There's way more power in unity. And so I realized if I could just link up with strong-minded individuals and do something, one day my time will come.
Yeah.
People will know, oh, that's John Push. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, but it started with me understanding that there's more people dreaming. Let me link up with those guys and let's just do something.
Yeah.
Let's just start and do something. And so that's what we did. And now people are like, okay, who are those guys?
Yeah.
Creating conversations, what's that?
Yeah,
You have to do something, and then eventually you'll be someone.
Yeah.
People will know who you are.
Exactly.
This is Creating Conversation. My name is Markese. This is our group. Today's topic is racism, and I'm gonna just kick it off with, do you guys feel that racism still exists?
Can I go first?
By any means.
Everyone,
see, that's all I want to do together. One, 2, 3. Yes.
Not only does it still exist, it will never not exist in America. This is what it was built on. So, of course not. It's a system. And they got good at it. They're really good at it because most of us don't even know that it is really this in-depth. So, of course it will still exist.
Are we still slaves, you think?
Yes, absolutely.
Mentally, we're slaves. We're slaves to these corporations. We're slaves to the system.
Brands, clothes.
Yeah.
I think we're slaves to more than that, just that too. Like if you think about last year when the Atlanta Hawks were having that controversy with their owners, they were talking about how their players, they had too many black players and too many black owners. So the white man didn't want to invest into it. You have to think about who are your professional athletes, who are the mainstream ones, who do they like, they target most. Marshawn Lynch doesn't want to speak to the media. There's a reason for that. You have all these people who are put in a stadium with who watches NFL the most? Americans. Nobody outside the US pays attention to football like that. They make that sport and they put a lot of African Americans or minorities or whatever it is there. They give you an absurd amount of money to put on a show for them so that they can see what you're doing.
It's really just a system though. It's a system built on like keeping black people like down. I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, there probably will never be an end, but being unified is probably the best way to go with it. You know, like encouraging other people to get educated, like coming together as one, like not really looking at the enemy, but like being the example. Because at the end of the day, they're never going to stop doing what they're doing.
I don't think that we even understand how many levels there actually is to racism and how many levels there are to, you know, minimizing or whatever it is, police brutality, racism in general. I think there's just so many levels to it that we can't even fully comprehend.
The best way we can combat racism right now would be knowledge. We all gotta,
Exactly.
we all
The best
gotta,
way that we can
we gotta
feed the youth is-
ourselves, because they ain't gonna give it to us. We gotta understand that racism is just like she said. There's levels to it. If we want to really combat racism, we have to stop putting our money into these racist corporations. How many times did you hear Tommy Hilfiger don't like niggas? What's that bottle champagne company don't like niggas? Somebody else. None of them do. You know what I'm saying? They all say it. So what we do is we cripple them. We cripple them the same way the guy at Dorky's, we're trying to cripple him.
Looking at black names and the stigma that we get behind it, but like in terms of us, you know, me compared to a white guy, my name is Markese, obviously, compared to Ryan over here, we can have identical resumes, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, statistically proven, Ryan might get that job, you know what I'm saying? So how you guys feel about that?
That's not even racism. That's just the way it should be.
Wait, why?
That's not racism?
No, you're supposed to take care of your people. You're supposed to take care of your people. If I own a business, if you go down and apply at the Emerald Queen, they're gonna hire Native Americans first. Why not? They've been oppressed too, so why not?
The thing is, black people don't do that. Black people don't take into consideration.
And that,
you
but
know,
it's not because
it's
not like that naturally.
Hold on, we can't say we don't
like that
because we
naturally.
did once. You heard of Black Wall Street, right? Mm-hmm. Like Black Wall Street would be the main Wall Street if it wasn't for the destruction of it. You know what I'm saying? The first bomb dropped in the United States was on Black Wall Street.
They don't talk about it.
So how do we bring that back is what we got to get to, because we know, you know what I'm saying, we've done it. We've been there. Obviously, we built this entire civilization on this earth. Would it not be what it is if it wasn't for black people? So the question is, how do we return?
But just like,
because we are the most powerful entity.
But just like you started the segment with, racism evolved. Racism is smart. Racism got.
But we're not doing that. As a people, we are not evolving.
But here's the thing, though.
It's almost impossible for us to get to that.
I think that as a people in the last 50 years, we have regressed.
I think
Absolutely.
so too.
Absolutely.
But I think a big part of it too is because we're not, like, unless we go out and inform ourselves and like no one's gonna give it to us. When we're going through the public school system, no one's gonna tell us about Malcolm X and all these other things. No one's gonna tell us those things. No one's gonna tell us how to become black owned. We have to do it ourselves. And I don't know if
yeah, but I mean, a lot of people don't even have the familial structure to have that type of information to know that it's important, because they've from slavery they've broken that institution down.
Is not
it's non-existent.
Although I did say that it will never end. We are empowering ourselves through right here. You know what I mean?
This is
by
what
us
we're
doing
to
this.
make changes.
You know what I'm saying?
This is us actively doing something
So somebody right now in New Brunswick, New Jersey, when you guys drop this video, is gonna be able to watch this, and that might spark their mind, and they might come up. So, and before that, we had what? Tupac. That was, you know what I mean? We had KRS. You know what I'm saying? But there wasn't too many people that was doing things like this that could spark the mind of somebody that looked like us.
What's sad though is that they're getting the young kids. Like if you go back to Chicago, all of them killing themselves. Them, they are happy right now. We're just knocking each other off left and right.
They don't even have to do the work. We do it for them.
They're putting us in bad situations. Regardless, that's how it is. They're putting us in bad situations, and we're doing their job for them.
It's all about perception.
Right.
Like we perceive ourselves the way that they show us. We see like, oh, okay, I mean, this is what it means to be black. I mean, this is what I see. This is what I'm gonna keep doing. I think so too, because there are people like us who are actively going out of their way to change what it means to be black.
So
like now, what does it mean to be black, honestly?
Take me down the history of how you got into it and the journey of motivational speaking. When you get in front of a crowd and you're feeding off of your story and telling them and just empowering them.
I think it starts with understanding what you want to do more than anything in the world. For me, I was hurt my senior year in football. The dream was NFL.
Yeah.
I was hurt. I ended up coming back in the championship game, was able to play in that game, but ended up graduating, and I knew I wouldn't be able to move on. And I played a total of 3 games my senior year. I'll never forget it, man. It was about 2.5 years ago, almost 3 years. I wrote down my goals. I knew I wanted to empower people, inspire people, and I wrote down I want to speak. I want to speak, and that's how I want to empower people, and that's what I wanted to do more than anything in the world, and that's how I wanted to empower people. And what that did for me was I spoke it into existence.
Yeah.
I believe if you have a dream, if there's something you want to be, you have to start speaking it into existence.
Yeah, definitely.
Because you're going to believe in yourself before anyone else ever believes in you.
Mm-hmm.
I had to believe in myself. I had to believe in my speaking ability before anyone else ever would believe in me, man. And I ended up writing it down. A lot of people don't believe the story. I wrote it down. I put it on Facebook. Something about motivational speaking or speaking to inspire people. I forgot how it went. Mm-hmm. But that same week after I put that on Facebook, Todd Beamer High School, one of the largest high schools in Washington, over 2,000 students, contacted me and said, hey, we heard you're a speaker. We know that, because I was already kind of, positive doing some of the push stuff. Mm-hmm. We heard you're a speaker just canceled for MLK assembly, because I wrote it down in December. It was in December, so for our MLK assembly in January. Mm-hmm. Can you be here next Friday?
That's crazy.
I'm like, yeah, you have to be there. I'll be there. Mm-hmm. Man, show up, and I'm chilling in the gym, and there's always haters, man. There's always people that doubt the dream.
Yeah,
so
for
a
real.
teacher came up to me, he's like, man, you look young. He's like, have you done this before? I'm like, no, but I've done it on a small scale. There's over 2,000 students here. Are you ready for this? So I started putting doubt into me. So I'm feeling nervous, but I knew I had to be great.
Yeah.
I knew I had to give it my best. I knew that was my one shot at chasing the dream, at living the dream. Yeah. And I knew I had to crush it, man. And so all those students walked in there. They're loud, just high school students.
Yeah.
And they said, man, you have 8 minutes. I got up there, bro, killed it. Never in my life have I experienced something like that. It was higher than football. I never experienced a high like that. Mm-hmm. And I knew after that assembly, this is what I was called to do.
After that, did you ever find yourself struggling with anything after or while you were doing that first speech?
Oh yeah, definitely, man. It's a daily struggle. A lot of people say, well, what they want to know, what do I do now? Mm-hmm. I still volunteer a lot. Yeah. Obviously, I have to, make money, but man, I'm able to go to the Boys and Girls Club, different community events. I talked to one of my boys he's starting to speak, and I'm like, man, it's all about. You have to remember, it's not about the dollar. It's not about making money, but really people's lives are on the line. That's what you have to believe.
Yeah.
Something you're going to say will change someone's life.
Will touch someone.
Will save someone's life. And so that's what I believe in. So man, I'm always out in the community speaking. I tell my boy, you just have to get reps, like anything else in life. And so for me,
practice.
One, I'm helping people and I'm getting reps.
Yeah.
And so although people say, we see you speaking, I post some stuff just to inspire people, but really, man, no one understands. Every time I'm not working on schoolwork or I still have my full-time job, every time I'm not there, I'm somewhere speaking. And it's not always paid. But this is, if you truly have a dream, it's the same mentality as a basketball player or a football player. You're putting in work. And that's what I have to do. It's like practice reps. And the big ones come, and they've been coming frequently. There's not a day that goes by that I don't get an email from someone asking me to speak. I never imagined this.
It's a blessing.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I know you touch different crowds, different sizes of crowds. Do you feel like you connect more with a smaller group than a larger group, or do you actually like being in a larger setting?
Small groups are so difficult, bro.
Really?
Yeah, small groups are difficult. It's easier to speak to 1,000 people.
Really?
It's way easier.
That's crazy. I wouldn't think that.
Yeah, I didn't think that either.
Yeah.
But it's so much easier to speak to a large audience. When the small groups, they're easily affected. There's always a leader within that small group. And it always depends on how that leader responds, either that girl or that guy, how they respond, especially with young people. If the leader is not really feeling it, the rest of them kind of look over at who's like the leader of the pack, and then they're not really feeling it. But big group, you're always going to touch. There's always those people that really, are kind of not feeling it, but there's always people that will. Without a shadow of a doubt.
It's all about connecting and supporting one another. So that's why we wanted to get you on here so you can express that mindset with our audience. And appreciate that, man. And sticking out the hot weather. Sticking out the hot weather. But can you tell the people where they can reach you at if they want to see you speak?
My website will officially be launched. Just recreated all that stuff. johnpushgangs.com. And then, man, I also just signed on with the Believe Beyond team. And so a lot of stuff that I'll be speaking at, especially in schools, you can find that at believebeyond.com. And then oftentimes I post it on Twitter or my Instagram, and that's just at pushgangs.
Most people think that I'm cocky or I'm stuck up or I'm just rude. You gotta get to know me.
Yeah.
I'm the goofiest chick you'll ever meet.
Okay.
I'm just all around, just goofy, just very active.